Hey everybody, it's Wendy. Welcome. So excited you're here with me today at loveandstampin.com. I am going to be doing today's video just a little different. I didn't grab all the supplies to show them to you right up front, but I am going to list them. Reason for that is that I just randomly turned the video camera on and started recording. So I didn't have a lot of forethought when I did this. So that's kind of your warning. So here's the supplies I use. I'm using the Breathtaking Bouquet background stamp, Memento Tuxedo Black ink to ink this stamp up, and obviously the Stamparatus. Sorry for the camera shake. It's not really a tripod. It's the stand that I use to hold my camera is sitting on the table with me. So in my new studio, this will not be an issue because I will be having it mounted from the ceiling, so I won't have this problem anymore. But until then, we get the camera shake, so it is what it is. The measurements are very, very, very simple for this because there's not a lot to the card. Basically, I've got a piece of Whisper White cardstock that I'm stamping on. It'll be cut down to 4 by 5 1/4, and then I've got basic black cardstock layered underneath the piece that's going to be the focal point. So, and then we're die cutting in black the thank you sentiment. So super simple as far as measurements are concerned. The part that is a little more challenging with this card is you see how many times I'm inking it. I'm having a really hard time getting that very edge nice and dark the way I want it. So I had to ink it quite a bit to get it to work. And then this is the piece that I inked earlier and then cut out. So it'll go over the top, but it's going to be colored. So the background will be black and these pieces will be colored in. So we're going to, black, it'll be plain. I don't know why I said black. Here's the little mini cutter. I love this little mini cutter. If you don't have one, you can get one by purchasing the Stampin' Up! Starter kit from me. I know that always sounds scary to people, and they're like, starter kit? I don't want no stinking starter kit. I don't want to do anything that where I have to show up at something or whatever. And I'm just here to tell you, you don't have to. You can just calm down. You can just purchase the starter kit and enjoy the discount for as long as you have it. And then, of course, be involved in all the fun activities that my team does. So I'm going to speed the coloring way up. I've got pumpkin pie blends. I use Granny Apple Green. I use Poppy Parade. And I use Pineapple Punch. And the first coloring I'm doing is the longest because I'm layering a lot of colors into this first flower. And this flower was very hard to color because you have to really pay attention to where the petals meet in order to put the dark spots in the right areas. So I would say this is my very first time coloring this image. And I would say if I had to color it again, that I would probably choose an easier method if I was doing it quickly. So I'm probably going to do some videos with some tips and ideas for coloring this image. Simple, easy, versus using your Stampin' Blends. Now let me tell you, this video is sped up 4 times its normal speed right now. Can you imagine? You know how long it took me to color this? A really long time. So, yeah, I'm moving 4 times the normal speed. So here's where things get fun. I'm doing the dark and light Poppy Parade, and then I come in with light pumpkin pie. And I'm just going around all the areas with the light pumpkin pie. And I missed a few with the light Poppy Parade. And that is giving me this really beautiful kind of, I don't even know what you would call it, but it's just really beautiful. Then I'm going around with Pineapple Punch on the very ends, and you can just see this flower come to life. It's just beautiful, and you can really see the separation between everything and the beautiful yellow popping out, and I just love how it turned out. I think it's gorgeous. Then I decided to use Highland Heather, dark and light, for this flower. I'm keeping the dark closest to the center of the flower and wherever the petals overlap. And then I'm going in with light Highland Heather, and then finally light Purple Posy. So Purple Posy is kind of like the ink that we lost. We still have Purple Posy cardstock. You can still get Purple Posy Stampin' Blends. I think, now that I said that, I'm like, can we? But you can't get the ink pad. For whatever reason, they never could get the ink to formulate correctly. It's a sore subject for a lot of people, I know. By the way, this is Pool Party Light and Dark that I'm using now. Going into all the areas dark first, and then just going over them with the light. Not huge contrast here. I could get more contrast if I did some other stuff, but I chose not to. I finished up the coloring offline because, frankly, it was so long. And so you can see there where I've colored it, and then I used Stampin' Dimensionals to line it up on top of the other piece that I stamped. And so I just very carefully lined it up to make sure it matched the pattern behind it. And then I have the thank you die from Stampin' Up. This is in the annual catalog, and I'm just going to add it to the front of this. And I actually cut this out twice out of black cardstock and doubled it up and stacked it so it would be a little bit thicker. And then I went ahead and added it to the front of the card. Then I am going to fold this piece in half. It's just a regular 4 1/4 by 11 folded in half to make an A2 size card that's top folding. I have mounted everything on basic black cardstock, and then I am going to add it to the front of my card. Hindsight, I wish I would have done a basic black layer behind the colored image, because I feel like it would have broken it up more from the background. But, you know, you live and you learn. So there's the card, all finished in all its glory. So I have no idea, like, I was like, okay, I want to do some different stuff to this card now. What do I want to add? So I grabbed, what I was going to say is I had no idea what I wanted to add to this card. So I just started winging it. So I added some of these epoxy droplets, which have turned out to be some of my very favorite embellishments in the catalog. And funny story, I didn't even know they were in the catalog until a few months ago. One of those things where it's so easy to miss stuff because there's so much in that annual catalog. It's just really easy to miss things. By the way, I haven't done this in a while. I have a link below my video to sign up for my email list. So in emails, I like to send out new projects that I've been working on. Sometimes tutorials. Sometimes you get Stampin' Up! Info. I always try to make sure I send out the Stampin' Up! Info. And then the other thing I do is I let you know about things that are coming up, like my paper parties and catalog. It made me think of it when I said that these were in the annual catalog. I'm using Wink of Stella here to go over that big red rose. And then I made a mistake. I decided to use the Wink of Stella over the top of the black, and I didn't like it. It kind of like turned it, and I didn't really care for how it ended up looking, and I wish I wouldn't have done it. And a hindsight, I wish I would have used the clear accents to go over the top of the thank you, because then it would have made it almost like an embellishment. Whatever, you live and you learn, right? But I was going to show you the video anyway, because that just lets you see my little mistakes and you're able to learn from those. So anyway, link below the video to sign up for my email list, and then you get emails from me. I don't spam you. I send approximately 1 email a week. Every once in a while, it's more often if I am sharing something extra, but most of the time, it's 1 email a week. And the whole point to that was catalogs are coming soon. So it's good to get on that list so that if you want a catalog, you will be the first to know that I'm mailing them out and be able to give me your address. Okay, you can shop with me at shoploveandstampin.com. Watch other videos by clicking them here. Click the circle with my face in it to subscribe, and I'll catch you all on the flip side. Bye!